Yo, what is up guys, it's me Eva again here, playing Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains. In today's video, I think we need to talk about some important stuff that is happening to Tokyo Ghoul and what is gonna maybe happen to Tokyo Ghoul if nothing is gonna change and it's still gonna be going the same road as it is going right now. So, as all of you know, the worst thing to Tokyo Ghoul is happening right now is that the everything is getting downgraded basically. So there's not much changes, but we getting downgraded on events, on rewards, on all of that. And in today's video, we're gonna talk just purely about all of that stuff. But before we start, obviously the most important stuff is I am not a hater for this game. I've been playing this for fucking 6 months. I have three accounts on this game. I like this game a lot. I'm a big fan of Tokyo Ghoul in general, and it's really sad to me to see that the game that is meant to represent what Tokyo Ghoul is all about is getting such a bad treatment. And as well as the players themselves are getting nothing in return for spending that much of a time with this game. And again, even if this game is gonna be going badly from now on as well, like it continues going badly and not growing, I'm still gonna stick out to this one until the very end probably, and we'll see where we land with this one. But in today's video, first of all, let's talk about the rewards that we're getting for the events that got downgraded a lot. Uh, if you know, for example, the new half anniversary event is right now here. You can probably go into game and see it for yourself, or you probably participated in it. Or if you don't play the Tokyo Ghoul anymore, you're just here to see what is happening in the game. But there is a half anniversary going on right now, and it's a big downgrade from the previous events. Like actually, the rewards are much smaller. Like they're not giving enough for those who uh, compared to previous events. And I'm comparing it because again, Hinamatsuri event, for example, is it's not that huge. Like compared to something like half anniversary or an anniversary event, it should be relatively much smaller than something like a Hinamatsuri event that not even everyone in the world celebrates, right? So it's just a small event. It's particularly mostly for only Japan and not for anyone else other than that. But for some reason, Hinamatsuri event was much better in terms of rewards than half anniversary, when this is like a big moment for game, when the game, if the half anniversary is good, the game will go high, such a high up with the activity on the servers and all that. New players will income, older players could come back as well. All of that is very important for the game, and they flopped it. What I'm talking about particularly is, for example, for Hinamatsuri event, we were getting a shit ton of character chests. Like for new players, it's an insane opportunity to get one of the best characters in this game. Like, for example, Hinami, there is Rabbit, Toka, Red Arima. All of those were in that chest, and you could easily get the copy of them, and that's insanely good. But they, after giving not only that, but there's also was an option. So there was like a wheel where you can turn it to get a random chance for the rewards, and in that rewards there was a reward with 80 fragment chest selector, as well as there was an 80 fragment chest, but those were random ones. And still, even if you just get the random ones, it's still 80 fucking fragments. So you would at least get around like 20 or something for a single character, and that's already free 20 for that character. So you don't need to spend another 20 of those universal ones that you can get from the event itself as well. So that was an insane reward. And after that point, I think it started going down. Next event got worse and worse. The 1 week events are even worse than this, because for example, let's take back into the April's Fool event that was not so long ago. It was awful. We Good that we got at least one copy of Matto. Thanks for that, at least. But there was nothing basically on that event except for Matto. Basically nothing. The 7-day login reward for those events are also extremely bad. They're not even like giving sometimes full multi on those, just by like you log in and you're not getting, if you're not paying, you're not getting enough basically to get a multi or even two of them. They could be giving I don't remember how much of the rewards there, but again it was very very low. It was like one ticket one day, the next day is like 100 or 300 diamonds or something like that. So it was a very low rewards for 7 days, as well as on the seventh day, most of the time you were getting something very shit. Like for example, for half anniversary now we're getting a fucking title, bro. Who the fuck cares about a title? We need a fucking reward, and the previous events had a reward in terms of uh, they had the random selector for the standard banner character, like this, the random selector card, and it's also a very awful reward. You're expecting for an event like having something good, and you're getting yourself a random standard banner character that no one uses, that no one needs, but you're getting it for really for no reason. Even for new players, those standard characters are useless after like 1 week of playing the game, because there's after 1 week of playing the game you're gonna get the new character or something. Like if you as well as if you're starting, or for example like right now I've made a new account just before the half anniversary on the prologue, and I already got the Easter Eye. So as you can see on the screen, probably I'm playing the chain campaign on that one. I've got the new Arima, and as well as I've got the new Amon. Like I already have four incredible characters that are much better than any of the first standard banner characters, except for maybe Ayato, who is also like the first three banners that are gonna be, or four banners, sorry, that are gonna be out before the skips, obviously. So in that sense, like this is such a bad reward all overall. As well as the rewards for races were downgraded a lot. Previously, we would get, for every banner character, we would get at least one refinement on their race when, if you level up a character to the same to the specific amount, or if you get the carnival character, you would get two refinements. But then they downgraded it to just getting yourself an RC cell. And okay, sure, like RC cell would be fine for one banner, right? So like if they would do skipping and switching stuff up, it's fine, right? So if they're giving RC cell and then a refinement and then again RC cell and refinement, they'll be okay. They're like not trying to give it too fast of a progression to everyone, especially for those who are already on the later servers compared to newer players. And for example, they still remain the same tactic with the newer servers, and for the older servers it would be a little bit downgrade just to keep it in check. I mean, maybe it would be still a little bit okay, but it's definitely not good when you just remove, in general, remove the refinements at all. So you're not going to be able to get any refinements anymore, and they don't even implement any other way to do it. So like for example, for startups, you at least have RTA once a month. You can get a free startup, or like from login rewards once of I think also like in 20-30 days you're getting one startup as well. But for refinements, there's just purely no way to get them except for the carnival summons. And even there, like the chances are so low that it's most likely you're gonna get like one star up out of the whole rotation at best, if you're very very lucky. So other than that, this is like obviously the changes for the rewards on the races are very bad, as well as something that I think I've talked a lot about is the just aspect of the game itself. This game is almost 2 years old. Because the previous devs of this game, they had this game already out, but they closed after 9 months of existing. They had to their license got closed, so they relaunched the game with the new devs, and this is the game that we're having. And the problem is they didn't change anything basically from the previous game, except for like the rewards. Obviously they made it a little bit more free to play. That's definitely great. It's better than it was in the previous game. But the most thing that I'm concerned is that they haven't changed anything in terms of designs, in terms of graphics, all of that. Like, when the game is 2 years old, usually the games that good not look that great have some updates in terms of just purely at least graphic ones. Like the newer characters that can come in, they're looking better than the previous one, and it's not the case for this game. The models of the newer characters look pretty much identical to the older ones as well. They didn't do much of a change in there. Obviously, you can see some changes. For example, if you compare someone like Jason, who is basically the first Carnival unit on, for example, on CAA, he came out later on the other regions, but his model is very old. And if you compare it to even half anniversary characters, it's half anniversary look a little bit cleaner, but it's like not enough. It's like 1% more cleaner and nothing much of a change. So that would be something good to see if they actually change some graphic stuff, bro. Like, this game looks like it was made in fucking 2005 when people couldn't even do a normal 3D models and animations for them. Like, it looks extremely boring and just purely nothing that would suit a 2025 game to be at least decent. As well as, bro, we're in half a year into this version of the game, and RTA is still shit. Game modes are still extremely bad and extremely boring to do. The repetitive in this game is extremely annoying. The chain campaign is basically the same throughout 600 levels. This is insanity. Force challenge, sure, they added the new force challenges. They're a little bit harder in terms of content. Sure, like this is more fine, but chain campaign RTA is a nightmare, especially RTA. Having to face out with whales, you're facing a bot, then a whale, bot and whale, bot and whale. Once in a lifetime, you will get someone who's your CP level. Sure, great. At least once in a lifetime, I'm gonna get and fight someone fairly, at least more fairly than it is. Like, it's so easy to fix RTA. I don't understand how they're not being able to fix it. Just first of all, if your CP is higher, like too much higher, then you're not gonna get a first pick. So that will already nerf whale. So if you're facing someone, you should be at least getting, I don't know, flipping a coin who's gonna start first. So that's gonna be much more fair to people who have less and who, for example, don't pay for the game, or like low spenders. Obviously, low spenders can't even compare to whales. Even if they spend like $500, people who spend $3,000 is gonna be having everyone on triple S, having the best RC cells, potentials, all of that on the same team, and low spenders will just have probably everyone on triple S. Other than that, RC cells wise and potentials, they definitely will not have everything maxed out as the whales do. So in that sense, it's much easier to change stuff, as well as obviously there's gonna be a change in meta. For example, putting like one level characters if you're not high, if your CP is high and you don't start first. Obviously, people will just be putting like 2 characters or 3 characters in their team and fighting like that, as we say in the first month. But you can also fix that stuff up by not implementing advantage if you're a pay to win. Like, just make every character in RTA being a 300 level cap, everyone being on the same start, for example, on D at least. Like giving people all of the RC cells that they want. You can pick whatever RC cells. So you will gonna be building your own team there, and like it is only gonna be matter, like everyone has the same chances. No one will get the advantage. Everything is just gonna be there about how to build a character, how to manage your team. All of that is going to be like that. It's going to be much fair. Again, I know that whales are going to be extremely upset because of that, because obviously they spend an insane amount of money and they're not getting advantage. Uh, but again, there's a lot of different stuff you can try to fix to make RTA much better, because now it's just purely a shit show. Or at least make a fucking system when you can pick, like, when you can see the character that you are going to be facing and you can decline the fights with, for example, whales. If you're on a newer player and you're on like 600 CP versus someone who is on 1 million, like, for example, when you start the search for the game, right, you could see the enemy and you can decline the fight and you're not gonna get minus any points. Sure, leave those bots there, but at least give something better. As well as the rewards for RTA are extremely shit, except for the shop for RTA. There's not basically no rewards. You can get once in a lifetime to a legendary, and you'll get all the rewards, and then there's no reset. Almost every game in 2025, a gacha game or not even gacha games, all of them have a reset every season for the rewards. So you will go get that legendary first season, the next season it's reset. Like 1 month should be like a season, so for example, right, 1 or 2 months should be a season, then it's reset. All of the rewards from bronze or which one it starts with to up to legendary, all of those rewards like reset, because it's just one ticket, bro. It's one ticket, and until you get to like plat, I think you're not even getting the universal fragments. So those rewards are pretty small. They're not even that impactful to the whole thing. You also need to get really lucky to get the right fragments, because like, who cares about fragments for Mogan or anything like that when you can get the universal fragments for Arima or like or other characters that are very important for the gameplay. So in that sense, make a changes for that. Uh, as well as they implemented skips for VIP players. So, for example, if you go to the Force Challenge, the VIP players can actually skip the fights. Like if they finish the few stages, they're getting skipped, but free players don't get. And that's something such an a standard thing in other games where you don't even need to donate to get something like that. In this game, you actually need to fucking pay to just get a skip every day, and that's crazy. Better prices for pay to win as well. Like, the packs in this game sometimes are extremely bad. Even event packs, most of them are very, very bad, and even low spenders or like sometimes even whales don't want to spend on those because they're such a bad value for what you're getting. There's some good packs on some events when you're getting like paying $1, you're getting something good. Other than that, most of the time is just bad packs in general, as well as like the diamond packs that you can see in the shop as well. Very, very bad. Characters and the fragments. So finally we got some new content. For example, the I'm talking about the character fragments that you can farm from the training, and even in there, they somehow fucking fuck that up, because the only two characters that are limited that you can get from there is Rabbit and Renji, and I think Itori as well, like three characters. The only limited characters that you can get from there is those three. And why? I just have no understanding of why would you do only implement those three. You can easily implement Red Arma there. Why not? At this point, all of the older players have this Arma on, like, at least on D, so they're not even interested in going more than that on him, or the whales already have him on triple S, all of them. Low spenders as well probably have him on triple S as well. So why not implement those characters? Why not as well add the standard 200 guaranteed characters there as well, so you can get more copies of the standard characters. So most of them are even not that OP. Like, for example, Ghoul, he's not OP until he gets to maxed out, and like no one is, because of that his popularity just purely is not there, like not as close as to what popularity of other, for example, Anteku characters is. Like Green Toko, for example, is she's played in every Anteku build out there. But for example, compared to Owl, he's sometimes getting uh, replaced. Obviously, in the game with the full build, he's much better than some of the characters. But again, he's not gonna get replaced with like Green Toka. Sorry, like Green Toka is not gonna get replaced with him, but he's gonna replace some of the other characters. And still, that's like, why not give it to like easier way to get him for even like low spenders or just purely everyone in this game. Then like maybe his uh, like people start playing him more because there's easier way to get him than something else. For like something like Green Toka, it's easier to get him than her, especially with the skips when there's literally no way to get it. Next up is the basically banner update. Like, come on, just update the standard banner at this point. Give all of the 200 guaranteed characters into standard banner. The standard banner just doesn't have much of a purpose anymore. The only thing you want to get from there is basically materials for your exchange. That's it. Like, there's no point in ever like using a standard banner other than that. All of these standard characters are just getting into the exchange for a better character from 200 guaranteed that are in exchange, as well as just purely you're using all of the SR and R rated characters for I don't know, take for the XP or money or anything like that. You're just using it for that at this point. So please update the fucking random standard banner at this point. Just give it at least all of the existing 200 guaranteed characters, and then you can spare some time. For a time being, you can later maybe upgrade it again. But for a time being, it would be at least okay with the 200 guaranteed characters that are right now out. As well as banner skips and reruns is going badly with those as well. We got Legacy banner, that was great, that's really good. The problem is with for the newer players, you need to do the Legacy banner for them as well if you're gonna be skipping everything in the fucking game, because there's a few essential characters, I would say, in that banner as well. Like for example, Combat Kaneki or Green Toka as well. Like those characters are essential, and you can't like really exchange anyone for them in their specific teams. So if you're not gonna be doing a legacy banner, just do a banner with all of the 300 guaranteed characters. Like you don't even need to implement 200 guaranteed. Just do a 300 guaranteed characters. Let us pick whatever character we want, like something like legacy that was there, and let us have our way with whatever characters we need, we want to get. So that's an easy solution for those skips that you're doing. Other than that, also like carnival skips. Also, we need a legacy banner for that. Obviously, there is some leaks for now that we're getting carnival reruns, but I'm hoping that we're getting the all of the characters in that one. Again, for based on the leaks, we only got the Psy Ayato and the Amon, the Doji Makai Amon. So we're only getting those based on the leaks again. But I'm hoping Jason is also there, because for a lot of players, Jason got skipped, and Jason at this point is very essential for the Aogi whole build for Aogiri. So I wish they would add him as well here, and we'll see, I guess, how it's gonna go. But again, if with all of those skips on servers, you should be doing something so that players will be able to get those characters if you're doing those skips and not giving them the chance to obtain all of those characters. So I'm hoping that's something worth considering for, I don't know, if it's in some world devs are gonna actually see it. This is, I think, something that you should be considering first of all. At least make the rewards for events better, because the rewards or for races, for prices on the shop, all of that stuff is the most important for the game to take the player into sticking to this fucking game. But at this point, the game doesn't have anything to stick with. There's much better games out there that you would rather play than this game, even if you're a big fan of Tokyo Ghoul, like me, for example. And even though I've spent a little bit on this game on my main account, other than that, all other two accounts are totally free. But even there, I'm very hesitant on spending any money on this game all the time, even though I spend a pretty decent amount of money on other games. But in this game, I just don't want to spend anything. There's not really good value for me if I would be a low spender, or there's like not much of just purely like I don't have the security in me that this game doesn't gonna die like in a month, and my money that I'm gonna be spending into this game are not just gonna be wasted. So that was it for today's video. I really hope you will put your thoughts into the comments here. Let's think about what this game could do for changes. What you want to see. I think I definitely didn't talk about all of the changes that could possibly be into the game, but I hope I at least put out all of the main like things that I want to see in this game changes, especially the graphic side, because this game's graphics look like it wasn't made in 2005, and that's crazy to me when we're in the 2025. And if you compare it to any gacha existing in this world, Tokyo Ghoul is probably one of the worst in terms of how it looks. So other than that, hopefully you have a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, as well as I stream every day, so you can join us on the streams. If you don't want to miss anything, you can join the Discord. I always post notifications, as well as you can talk with us in that about Tokyo Ghoul and other gacha games. Other than this, hopefully you have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.